Thank you for all coming out today to help us recognize and thank Carl as he concludes the chapter on his career with MVCC. I would say this, that every successful organization has a go-to person, somebody who understands the big picture, sweats the details, serves as a mentor, conducts him or herself with professionalism, thinks outside the box, is willing to take on new projects, and assists others without fail. At MVCC, that's been Carl Suchomil's MO for the past 31 years. I don't exactly recall when I first met Carl, but I worked very closely with him on the Oakwood Beautification Award project for many, many years. Beginning in May and continuing through September, we would go out every month and spend a couple of hours and film the 8 or 9 properties that were the award winners for that particular month. We'd pull up to the house, and Carl would do his thing. And his thing was making sure the camera was properly adjusted, checking the location of the sun, which I always thought was funny, surveying the property to make sure everything was in good order, and eyeing up the best shooting angles. Once we shot the front of the house, we picked up the tripod and the camera and walked into the backyard and pretty much did the same thing. Carl was always deliberative, never in a hurry, and took care to make sure that the shots were as good as they could be. That includes closing gates, opening gates, moving patio furniture around, opening or closing umbrellas, and doing just whatever needed to be done to get the perfect shot. So over the course of the summer, we probably did about 45 properties or so, and it took at least 2.5 hours every month to do this. So after we shot all these houses, then Carl started his magic. And what his magic was editing all that down into a 40-minute presentation that we would then make to our city council. I never worried about the presentation because Carl, as you all know, is a perfectionist. And every year the presentation was better than the previous year. That was Carl, and he not only did that for Oakwood, but he did it for several of our other member communities. Earlier this week, Carl and I had an opportunity to have lunch together, and I asked him about some of the most memorable projects he had worked on. He quickly mentioned Kettering's Dancing with the Stars, in which Kettering celebrities work with a professional dancer on a routine that is part of an overall evening gala, with the primary benefactor being the Kettering Police Foundation. Another project that he mentioned is the dual-use production truck. It serves as an incident command vehicle for use by TCSU, and MVCC uses it for remote shoots such as sporting and community events. The truck is outfitted with all the necessary equipment for those purposes, and Carl was the primary individual who outfitted the box truck initially. I can attest to the fact that Carl makes annual upgrades and improvements 15 years after the truck first went into service. With understandable pride, he also mentioned the collaborative project he undertook with then MVCC engineer Rich LaRue, and Rich LaRue is with us this afternoon. Carl and Rich built the first floor studio you're in right now. You can see the board work and all of that in there. Those guys did that while they were also doing their regular job. So when you think about it, that's pretty special to have those kind of talents. In addition, Carl was also on the ground floor of high school football and the basketball telecasts that we do. In short, nearly everything MVCC does from a production standpoint either began or was greatly enhanced during Carl's employment. As a final comment, I knew at the outset of trying to find Carl's replacement it was going to be a challenge. How do you find a replacement for someone who has unique and irreplaceable talents? We found that out when we began interviewing candidates. When you have been fortunate enough to have the best, it's hard for others to measure up, and we certainly struggled in that regard over the past couple of months. So much so that we made several significant changes in our recruiting strategy during the course of the process. In closing, Carl, you can take great pride in the fact that you left a legacy of excellence in everything you have been involved in during your career here at MVCC. It's rewarding to see someone go out and top, and that's the position you hold. We wish you and Chris all the best going forward. Congratulations and Godspeed.
Thank you.
Carl, we have some lovely parting gifts for you, and we will do that. There are a few more presentations we'll do first, and then Liberty will make some presentations to you. Thanks, everyone, for joining us. And I'm going to turn this over to Kettering Mayor Peggy Lehner.
Whoa, graceful entrance, my specialty. You know, I think I was on Kettering City Council for 12 years before I went off to the state. And I think for about half of those 12 years, I thought that Carl was an employee of Kettering. I didn't realize. So did I. Yeah. And I have really come over the years to believe that there's three of you, and you're triplets, and you're there. And I think that Jay's remarks really drive that home. What you did for his city, you did for every other city, but Kettering especially. I remember when you worked with First Tier Suburbs, and Brenda, we put on our first HGTV series where we identified houses in the community that could be revitalized with some architectural work, et cetera. We went into those homes and filmed them, and the owners gave Brenda a tour, and it was just a lot of fun. HGTV didn't pick it up, which we thought they might, but it didn't happen. But that was a lot of fun. And then our Kettering Pride, you really came home to me in the last couple of days because we're in the process of buying a new home in Kettering. And the lady that was selling it to us said, you just got snow like this up in the yard. And she goes, I really have a beautiful garden. And I won the Kettering Pride Award twice. So I went and dug up all the old tapes from when she bought this, when she, the summertime. And so I've been looking through all these for the 2 years she won, and just really struck by the quality of, it's just amazing, close-ups of little flowers and stuff. So you are going to be deeply, deeply missed. There's no question. I do have a proclamation. I will read it quickly. But we hope it's something you will cherish in your retirement. And whereas Carl Sukamal is being honored for his dedication and service to the Miami Valley Communications Council and Kettering. And whereas Carl Sukamal has faithfully served as the government production supervisor, demonstrating exceptional dedication, professionalism, and skill in his role. And whereas Carl has consistently ensured the smooth and effective operation of government production, enhancing communication and transparency for the benefit of the Kettering community. And whereas his innovative leadership and commitment to excellence have contributed to the advancement of government services, strengthening public trust and engagement through high-quality productions. And whereas Carl's unwavering dedication, teamwork, and attention to detail have set a standard of excellence, earning him the respect and admiration of colleagues, city officials, and residents alike. And whereas the city of Kettering wishes to recognize Carl Sukamal for his innovative approach and unwavering commitment to support the projects of the community he has served. Now, therefore, I, Peggy Lehner, Mayor of the City of Kettering, Ohio, on behalf of City Council and the community, do hereby proclaim our heartfelt appreciation to Carl for his outstanding service as Government Production Supervisor and extend our best wishes for continued success and fulfillment in all future endeavors. Signed by me. Okay, and that's my phone. Carl, come on up and I'll give you this. One thing I should mention is before they first came out, Carl was out there with the drone, and there he was, just flying all over the place.
Thank you.
Thank you so much, and we will miss you.
Let me help you now.
Oh,
Haven't lost anybody yet, and I don't want to start now.
Good afternoon. I'm Craig Richardson from the Marine Police Department. I'm here representing the TCSU Chiefs. We just wanted to say thanks. Nowhere in your job description, I'm certain it reads that you are the unofficial IT and AV guy for 8 police departments. We are a needy bunch, and we have abused your talents over the years, and we very much appreciate it. Carl could always be counted on to do anything we asked of him. I think Jay was very polite when he said that Carl maintained and upgraded the command post. That was a polite way of saying we broke it often. The hostage negotiators are tough on that thing. Carl always kept it up and running. We nicknamed it the EM50 after one of the movie references, but we appreciated you over the years outfitting that and keeping it up and running. Carl produced 2 videos for TCSU marketing campaign kind of videos. Phenomenal work. The first time I ever met Carl, I was an investigator, and I showed up here with some crappy VHS tape video from some robbery or crime. Carl cleaned it up, and he did that multiple times. There's no way to calculate how many bad guys you helped put in jail by cleaning up audio tapes and videotapes for not only the 8 cities, but police departments, but organized crime, and all the other investigative units that FBI. Never hesitated to fly a drone over our community engagement events. If we had these large crowd gatherings, Carl was there setting up cameras, helping keep an eye on everything. He never hesitated. He always came out. He was always available when we needed help with something. And in 2020, he received the TCSU Directors Award just to show our appreciation, and well-deserved award. But we wanted to do something, another small token of our appreciation. We just wanted to get you plaque of all of our patches.
Oh, that's cool.
Thank you very much.
Come on up, Robert. Got it? Okay.
Congratulations.
Thank you. I appreciate
Thank you
this.
very much.
Good afternoon. I'm Chip Protzman with the Kettering Police Department, also part of the Kettering Police Foundation. First thing is, Carl, the U.S. Postal Service does not understand fragile, handle with care. Apologize for that. The other thing is, before I make this presentation, the truck came up a lot, and one of the hostage negotiators just told me they would call you a lot and say, hey, the truck was broken, but sometimes it was Carl saying, I got the Wi-Fi at home, let me run it right out to you. So it wasn't always our fault when that happened. Jay mentioned the Kettering Dances with the Stars, and that's been a very big event with us, 300 plus people, and it's the biggest fundraiser for us. And Carl was a big part of that. The best part that everybody loves about that is the videos of the dancers when they're getting introduced, because you never knew how it was going to get edited and what Carl was going to do to them. But it was always very interesting. The other thing I'd like to tell you is I apologize to him because I cannot read off a teleprompter very well, and we would always do a video to start that, and it was painstakingly hours that we would spend together trying to get that done. And it's probably time to tell you that I can hear you laughing back there while we're doing this. So, on behalf of the Kettering Police Foundation, I truly do appreciate it.
My mirror ball trophy?
I should have got you that. That would have been great. Thank you very much.
Oh, appreciation for all your years of service to the Kettering Police Department and the Kettering Police Foundation. Very nice. Thank you. Who's roasting me next?
Yeah, I'd like to invite anyone that wanted to say anything before I give my spiel. So, yeah.
Come on.
I'm Brenda Gibson. I used to work at the City of Kettering as a community information manager. And when I came on board, Steve Huseman, who's our city manager, said, "Get us on TV." And I said, okay. So I started doing a couple shows, and then the guy who I was working with here, he left, and we had to interview some new people. Carl was one of 3 finalists, and I was involved in the interview process. He and I ended up putting together about 6 different shows. And we had a schools and city news magazine quarterly. We had live call-in shows. We had all kinds of things. And I got to tell you that, as everybody has said, he raises the bar so high and does everything at such an excellent level. And he made us look so much better than we were. And just had a great time. And I will say that in my 40-year career in public relations and journalism, I think one of my maybe the best time I ever had was the shows I did with Carl. It wasn't really work, it was more play than work. So Carl, congratulations on a great career. We had a great time, and I appreciate everything.
Absolutely. Thank you.
It was my intent to be kind until that came out, but hi, I'm Don Patterson. I was mayor of the city of Kettering for 16 years and had the opportunity, excuse me, as we were transitioning from doing live State of the City addresses to coming to this place and reading from a teleprompter. And I was probably 50 pounds heavier, and we had to keep a door open because it would just sweat in here. And I know that we went through so many versions of this, and I could see Carl standing back there with the camera, and I'd say some word wrong. He'd go, "Up, stop." And you'd go like, "What?" And he'd tell you what you'd done wrong. You'd do it, "Whoop, stop." We spent many hours in this room here putting together what most people never understood when they saw it, and used to come up and say, "Boy, that was a great thing. You do well at doing public speaking and everything." And I'm like, "You have no idea what the hell went on with this thing here." So, Carl, thank you for all the things you did. I can remember the drones flying over when we made a heart by Lincoln Park, and all of the various things that you brought to all of our communities. We were all blessed to be part of Carl's expertise and everything. And we wish you the best of luck and enjoy your retirement. And good luck, Jay, with finding somebody as far as that goes. But so thank you. We appreciate that.
Well, I've had the privilege of having Carl as my boss the entirety of my career. I was selected from Kettering's Career Tech Center as an intern, and he's been a patient teacher to me and to countless other students and volunteers. He moves with integrity, consistency, and production excellence. And he does all the heavy lifting for all of us, heavy mental lifting. So he makes things easier. I experienced this the last time I did a game by myself. I just recently started to drive the production truck and do it all on my own. So I turned everything on and it was all working and ready to go. And that was absolutely because Carl already set it up for me to do so. To keep myself from sobbing, I'm just going to say that I'm grateful for you. I am happy for you. I'm happy for your wife, and all your newfound freedom and your new hobbies. So I have something to give you from MVCC, if you want to come up here. This thing is heavy. But it is yet another award.
Oh, I haven't seen one of these before.
So,
Pretty.
yes.
My name is spelled right. That's yeah, that's never a given.
And I'm just going to bumblebee around you because I've got
Okay.
gifts.
All right.
Yeah.
That's cool.
It'd be a really helpful weapon. It's very heavy.
No blunt force trauma of all the police that are here. You don't have any idea where that came from.
So this is what he asked for.
Okay.
One of the things. He's an adventurer. He goes out and camps and
It is a desktop fireplace, a fire campfire kind of thing. So I can sit on the front porch with my campfire and my rocking chair and smell the smoke and cook a hot dog or a marshmallow. So thank you. Appreciate it. Believe it or not, that's what I wanted.
and this is the fun one that I picked up from everyone.
Oh, look at that. A DJI Osmo action camera. So high-end action camera.
He borrowed my GoPro to go to Yellowstone.
Rented. I told her to rent it to me.
That's true.
Yeah.
And but he talks trash about GoPro, so we got
So
a
head
DJI.
strap to mount it on. Swivel clip. A battery. That's good. So while I was in a card from the group.
Everybody. Yeah. You don't have
So
to
while
open
I
it.
was in Yellowstone, I had the camera on my head and I filmed the one road, like the 10 minutes of section, traveling down the road in Yellowstone. And it happened to be the section where one of our buddies took a nosedive over a ravine to the bottom of a 150-foot cliff, got stuck, had to get rescued. The rescuers had to get rescued. It was a whole ordeal. He was fine, not a scratch on him, didn't damage the machine too much. It was very dramatic and exciting, and I hope I don't have to go through that again. But I had a camera on my head, and I was able to film that corner, so I can go back and look at it as evidence or whatever. And so, okay. Did I do all that? 31 years has been a blur. I've worked with virtually all of you in here, creating programs, creating stuff, having you read teleprompter on a camera. And it didn't always go right. So I've been collecting bloopers for the last 31 years. And so I'm going to play that clip now. I'm kidding. I always told you there's a lot of nervous faces in the room. I've always told you that your bloopers were safe with me, and they absolutely are, so they will never be seen the light of day, though there have been a lot of good ones. Not always everything has gone right. Everything has mostly gone right, but I'll tell you one story on myself. When you're shooting a shot, you got a person and a camera in the background. You have all these things lined up so that everything looks right on camera. And sometimes just a little step makes all the difference. And so I was lining a lady up, and I said, okay, take a baby step. And she said, who are you calling baby? So that's just one of the little, the embarrassing moments that I'll tell myself. But it's been a blur. It's been my pleasure to create and serve each of your communities. We've done a lot of things, and I hope that going forward, we'll be able to continue, MVCC will be able to continue to provide those services for you. We'll see where my next adventure lies, but I do know that I'm going to Disney World. So thank you all so much for being here. It means the world to me. And I do want to thank my wife, my father, my brother. They're here. And then each and every one of you who've been a part of. So thank you all very much for coming. We got a few more minutes. I know there's food and there's a video that's playing that's got pictures. Oh, my shirt. I promised Mayor Patterson that I would explain my shirt. So I've worked with hundreds and hundreds of students through the years. And it never fails, the camera is jerking around. I said, okay, easy. What I want you to do, it's okay to move fast, but if you have to move fast, be smooth. Smooth like butter. So Jared found me a shirt that said smooth like butter. So all you got to do is yell butter if the camera is jerking around, and they'll know that, oh, I got to be smooth. Got to be smooth like butter. So that's one of the words that I've used throughout my time with many, many students. You see a lot of pictures with kids, lots of kids, and several have gone on to do other great things in the media world. So just yell butter, and we'll know you got to be smooth. So that's my shirt. So thank you. Thank you. So I won't mount this to my head and walk around. So, all right. Thank you so much for being here.
Because I am very sad right now. And I love Carl Sukamel. I want to be just like Carl someday. He's my hero. I love just saying Sukamel. Sukamel, Sukamel.